back to some more Overwatch. And yeah, uh, this is not really a gameplay video. It's more like a tier list. Of course, I already made the tier list. This will be discussing why they are in that tier. We keep it very brief. Unlike this video, that's a behemoth of 100, an hour and 30, almost an hour 30 minutes. But yeah, this video did really well. And of course, since Overwatch 2 beta is coming out this this week, tomorrow actually. Yeah, I'm kind of making a follow-up video due to that, based on the alpha footage I did. So here's the tier list. Anyway, let's start with D for dumbass Roadhog. Of course, Roadhog in Overwatch 1 has been it's pretty solid because he can kind of flank around, pick off squishies, people that have problems. Of course, he has the damage reduction when he heals, and of course, yeah. But before we get into Ride Roadhog, I put in D tier. Let's discuss the overall passes between these two because these two got relatively new changes. So Tanks got overall more HP to keep up with the 5v5 since Overwatch is 5v5 now, and support has been getting the passive of the Mercy's passive of 10 health per second, which outside of combat, which really helps people like Ana and Zed. Because Zed has to rely on healers to heal him. But yeah, tanks taking 25% less art charge is really nice because you can't just, oh yeah, I'm gonna sit in the back as fucking what's the lowest skill ceiling hero? Uh Sit in the back as fucking Bay and just farm this Sigma for alt charge. No, you can't do that anymore. I think that was kind of the main problem. You could farm off tanks. But yeah, let's get to why Roadhog is comfortably the worst hero. Roadhog has been cucked by 5v5, honestly. As 5v5, he has to be a tank now. He can't just running around the map and be a fucking spy, just picking off your squishies. He's still good, but like I feel like more main tank aggressive, aggressive and main tanks has been more viable than off tanks. Hence, but why is Wrecking Ball here? I'll explain that later. But still, I think Roadhog has been affected by it the most, but he still generates the least amount of alt charge by 50%, which is comfortably great. Honestly, it's great that he's not a alt battery, so you can't just spam alts when yeah you do that what's against them. But I feel like he serves less of a purpose than he was intended to. Since Overwatch 2 is the maps are more open, of course. Yeah, I feel like he's been cucked by that too, and the point of 5v5. Anyway, Genji has, if you don't know Genji has always been getting the nerf hammer. His blade got nerfed. Yeah, his blade got nerfed at the Kingdom Come, so his blade is honestly useless without this one right here making it better. Basically, basically they took the Master Sword and they gave it less energy. They nerfed the Master Sword basically. But yeah, basically helps them out, but Honor pretty much helps everybody become S tier. But yeah, I think Genji has been like a kind of a bad pick, but I do like his redesign. Let's put up his redesign chart. His Overwatch 2 design is really nice. If you haven't looked at it, he has a fucking jacket on. Where is he? Yeah, he has a jacket on. That looks so nice. He has joggers in a jacket. Like, come on now. Like, yeah, that's really good. But Genji's been just getting nerfed to Kingdom Hell. Bastion, of course, Bastion has gotten a massive rework with his turret can move. He has a grenade, made his recon form more viable, and uh, his ult got changed to artillery barrage. But I feel like Bastion still at least a little bit more, but not too much. His redesign is nice though. He has a little hat and he looks a little bit more slick instead of this. He looks a little bit brighter. It's not washed. Yeah, look how washed this is compared to Overwatch 2. But Bastion, he's still a solid pick, but his turret can is now 5 or 4 seconds, which you can be in it, which can move around, of course, does, but it does a little bit less damage. But yeah, I don't know if the passive Ironclad is going to kick in when he's in turret. Anyway, Symmetra is painfully average. Well, she still can do stuff, but I feel like the wide open maps cuck her as a character because you can't place as many turrets. Teleporters are still valuable, but turrets are kind of like, yeah, where she's there. Also, double shield doesn't exist, so she can't farm off of shields. Pharah is in B because this dude right here is thriving. Any hit scan right now is fucking insane in Overwatch 2. So yeah, Pharah is kind of thriving off of that. Kind of not thriving off of that because of hit scan. Hit scan being so powerful. Torb is above Pharah because he's literally like one of the counters, but I feel like he's uh, painfully really underwhelming. But the redesign looks nice. Like yeah, it looks nice. He looks dripped out, man. His little mohawk and little spikes on this thing. But yeah, I feel like Torb has been kind of like underwhelming recently. Yeah, underwhelming recently. His ult doesn't really do anything since the maps are so fucking big now. It's more skirmishy. But anyway, May. May's freeze got replaced with a slowdown mechanic, which is really good. Makes her less annoying, so she can't freeze you in place and headshot you. But I feel like slow is good for utility, of course. Slow is good for utility, and it's good for keeping tanks such as Doomfist in check right here, because he can't escape out of here. And of course, our ultimate still freezes. So yeah, the point of Overwatch 2 is to move less stuns. Like, of course, Roadhog still stuns, but because it's Roadhog, he hooks you in. He has to aim you. It's a risk for him to if he misses his hook, he has to wait a lot of time. He has to poke you in order for you to yeah, do that. But most of the heroes that had stuns, yeah, they had low risk and high reward. But Roadhog had a little bit higher risk because you had to know how to aim. You'd be surprised why Mercy's down here, but Mercy has been affected by the healing nerf of being in combat, and also her staff has been, I heard, has been nerfed to hell. But yeah, I do feel like she's pretty good. It's just some new quality of life changes that has been helpful for Mercy players. Makes it a little bit more clear that your damage boosted. Makes it a little bit more clear that you're healing, and yeah, that you're healing, that you're being healed. But yeah, because the HUD looks a lot more sleek, of course. But anyway, Sigma, I haven't seen him a lot lately, but he's still the same. But I just haven't seen him a lot lately because more tanks are relevant than me, other than him. But anyway, Ash just hit scan, so she's thriving right now, but due to the wide open maps, of course, and less shields being active. Like, if you think about it, most of these characters got that rework that has shield. Like, right now, she doesn't have a shield. She doesn't have a shield due to due to her being reworked. Shield got nerfed. No shield. Barely see him. He has a timer on his shield. No shield. Bubbles. Like, I feel like she benefits off of no shields. And due to her dynamite can farm easy ult charge. But anyway, next one is Ryan. Ryan is in A tier due to him just being a good main tank. Like he still is good for protecting your team. Earth Shatter is really good for ultimate. He's not a bad nano choice, and also he has 2 fire strikes and he can cancel his charge now, so he can push people off the map without him killing himself. So yeah, of course, Zen was benefited by the healing buff based off the healing passive of him getting 10 per second, making him more self-sustained, of course, because he won't be in combat. He'll be discording and healing you in combat, of course. Moria has always been beneficial to the team. She still has one of the highest heal rates because of the fucking orbs, and I think she gets a little bit cut by the damage orbs not being able to fling around, but she's still good for healing for her purpose. Echo's been finally nerfed for duplication. Duplication has a set HP of 300, so you can't just run around with two fucking Roadhogs with 700 HP. That wouldn't be fun. But yeah, she got a little bit nerfed to a primary too. It hits a little bit less, but I don't have the alpha yet. But luckily the beta, I'll be able to change it up a little bit. Let's see, Brig. Brig has always been busted ever since she came out. Even they nerfed this character 19 times, except for experimental. Experimental fixed her for good by increasing her repair pack charge, of which that should have been instead of having fucking inspire. But yeah, Brig is still good. Like, come on now, she can heal your entire team while she's aggressively hitting you. What else still good for picking people off? Of course, picking Anna's off because Anna is thriving a little bit. Like Anna, probably Mercy. Mercy's thriving. Like all the supports are pretty much thriving right now. Anyway, Zarya, double bubble. Double bubble is so good. Like she can use two bubbles on herself, two bubbles on teammates, which is really good from protecting you against ults like Diva's bomb or Arisa's new ult. Of course, Hanzo got a little bit nerfed. I think he had fall off damage now, but Hanzo's been kind of busted in Overwatch 1 if you can hit your shots because fucking log arrows do 100 damage, and yeah, you don't want to get hit by that. Also, he's still a really good pick, but the only problem with his ultimate, Noodle Dragon doesn't really activate till the dragon comes out. Anyway, um, Junkrat, which rat? Junkrat. He has been slightly nerfed due to his traps not having. His trap doesn't have stun potential anymore, but it just slows. It still snares you, but it just slows you down, of course. Also, I think his mines have a timer now. Like, they have a detonation time now, so you can't just put them up here. Anyway, Wrecking Ball. Like, as I said, why he's down here, and he's up here, of course, I put Wrecking Ball up there because he's a great disruptor. He can get squishies, get DPSs. Also, Minefield's a really good ultimate. Hold Hog is kind of useless compared to Minefield. Um, the passive tank buff has been really nice to him due to him not being able to get all charge. Also, they reverted him back to old ball, which he can get at almost 1,000 health based off of 3 people near him. Winston has been getting more value lately due to him being Sniper Monkey now, and he can pretty much his alt fire got changed to the Tesla cannons for him to poke. He can jump in, poke you, and land on you, and basically kill you, which raises the skill ceiling for Winston players. Of course, Primal Rage is still the same, but yeah, yeah, Winston has been thriving lately. Also, his shield has a timer now. I think his shield also got a buff of an extra 100, but yeah, his shield has a timer, so once the timer's out, the shield's gone. Cassidy. Cassidy has been one of the more controversial heroes due to him losing his stun and getting a magnet grenade, which he's still good even without the stun. Like, you don't have to be a one trick stun everybody, fan into their body to for him to be good. No, like if you throw the magnet ball at the wall, hit somebody, headshot them, they're dead pretty much because the magnet bomb hits the gets his stick on targets. Also, it's a little bit heat seeking too. But yeah, he doesn't look as scuffed as before. He looks a lot more mature. Looks a lot less scuffed. Of course, you can cut his hair. Of course, like yeah, he looks a lot scuffed. I said all these redesigns look really good, except for Farrah. I don't like his face. Her face. May looks really nice in this game. I like her new default costume. I feel like this was a bit too much. Like yeah, all the redesigns look really nice. Especially my favorite one has to be probably once, not even once. It's probably Reinhardt. I like the little beard he has. Like it shows up his like because you don't really see his face except for the Overwatch shorts. Yeah, Lucio's a close second. Mercy's a third. Sombra's a fourth because she still looks the same, and May is a fifth. Yeah, that's my top five right there for redesigns. Anyway, Sombra, Sombra got a massive rework, making her more viable, in the meta right now. Of course, hacking does 40% extra damage, which you can do that to tanks, other DPSs, supports. You can basically focus them down. Also, hacking reveals targets for 8 seconds. You can hack while invisible. You can translocate and then get changed, so that you can still translocate up and hack everybody. EMP everybody. Also, EMP does 40% of max HP. But anyway, Arisa, not, how about I say Arisa? Sombra's still really good. Let's see, Arisa. Arisa got changed, so she's no longer a shield bot with hit scan that can just stand behind shields and just keep holding M1. She's now more interactive. If you're up close to Arisa in Overwatch 2, you will die. You will die because her energy javelins is like a shotgun. Of course, she can push people off the map. She can eat ultimates. She can throw a javelin against the wall, pin you against the wall. Of course, and do more increased damage. So yeah, Arisa is really good. Also, her fortify got overhealth now and damage reduction. Also, her new ultimate Terror Surge is really nice because it sucks enemies in and she kind of slams down. Anyway, Baptiste. Baptiste has always been broken. Ever since release, he's been busted. Immortality is. I think Immortality got a bit nerfed. Like I'll explain. Like it has like a little bit of a longer time, but it's not long by much. He still can heal. He still has Amp Matrix. He still does regenerable burst. He still can has the Air Force Ones. So yeah, I call them the Air Force Ones because they jump high. Yeah, he still does constant DPS and hits due to hit scan, which is primary is hit scan. It does really well. Of course, these two together are a menace to your entire team. So yeah, he's pretty dangerous. Lucio has been getting a massive buff. So he was in B tier, I think, when I put him there. Now he's in S tier due to the speed boost and his ultimate getting a massive, massive, really good buff. And his healing has been a bit worked up too. So it's not no longer he's not a mediocre healer. He's a good healer now. Finally, he don't have. Finally, he is not broken anymore. He's not like mediocre. Reaper. Reaper is just the same, but his gun sound effects in Overwatch 2, splendid. Also, his rework design looks kind of okay. I like the little more scuff design. Like if they put the guns on this design and made the same colors that it looks really good. But yeah, pretty much Soldier. Soldier, uh, he doesn't have a redesign. I thought he had a redesign, but oh well. Soldier is thriving right now due to him being hit scan. Also, the map's wide open. Paired up with Baptiste, he's overpowered as fuck. He still sprint. He still heal himself. Like he can self-sustain himself without needing a healer. Like he could solo an entire game. Also, Visor is still a really good option. Doomfist. No longer he's damage dealer. He is now tank. He does 450. He has 450 HP now. Also, he has power block, which reduces damage by 90%. And he can empower his rocket punch, which basically fucks up the entire team. The biggest thing is his seismic slam getting a massive rework. So his seismic slam is like Winston's jump, and it slows enemies. Like all his things is like slowing enemies. Like if you catch an enemy off guard with Doomfist, you're pretty much fucked. And finally, Diva. Diva is just good. like the the Diva is just good, man. Like it don't even matter. Like diving aggressive meta has been so good to her due to her damage output and her missiles, and also her defense matrix being 3 seconds, which is really nice and a good quality of life change. But anyway, the two other heroes I forgot that wasn't on this picture thing, as you can see right here. Tracer, she's still good for aggressive pushes and flanking. Flanking is a lot more relevant now than just winning with alts now. So she's good for flanking. She can still get picks. Plus, and Sojourn is really good. I think I spelled Sojourn wrong. But Sojourn is an Apex character in the MMO game. Like she can power slide and jump up, poke somebody in the head, and yeah, be safe. I'm hiding now. She can do disruptor shot, which makes up for good combos. She can do her railgun charge is also like that. But her primary isn't hit scan, but at the same time it is. It's more like a rapid fire projectile more than anything. But yes, I feel like Sojourn actually yeah, Sojourn is really good. Due to her being I think she's really well thrown out though. Of course I heard of fucking her railgun charge is really skill based. Put it on par with Widowmaker on hitting your shots. But anyway, that's the tier list. Of course, a little update, a little mini update, of course. I haven't posted a video since the 14th of April, but I will post one next. I'll post one next time, of course, because yeah, another one's coming up today, which is the Dauntless one, of course. Which I'm going to remaster this video because I didn't really um, thought about. I didn't really think about this one. I would say that much. Yeah, I didn't really think about it, so I'm going to kind of remaster it since I have a little bit more experience with the axe. But anyway, uh, that video will be out today, so this is the tier list. You can take a picture, do whatever, share it to Twitter, like, subscribe maybe, dislike maybe. Like, yeah, our goal is 50 subscribers. But yeah, tomorrow will be Overwatch 2. So I'll see you next time. Peace.